will you be when you grow up?
Someone as smart and as wise as you, Grandpa. Because you know everything and are so cool.
Sota, you really... I look forward to your future. We have to live a long life, right? Right, Soya?
I watch my grandfather and father laugh, and my grandmother gently watches over them. Even now, I can clearly picture this scene of happiness. I thought it would last forever. Grandpa. My beloved grandfather passed away. The news of his death suddenly reached me while I was on a long overseas business trip. And now, my grandmother, whose legs and back have weakened, keeps calling for Grandpa beside me.
Hey, thank you. What a nice day, Sota. The cherry blossoms are beautiful, and Grandpa must be happy.
Yeah, you're right, Grandma. After the funeral, we went outside, and the spring air felt so crisp, it almost hurt. The cherry blossoms had passed their peak, and the petals danced gracefully in the breeze. I wonder if Grandpa is watching from above.
Grandpa loved cherry blossoms. He's probably having a drink with Soya and enjoying the cherry blossoms.
My father, Soya, had a chronic illness that worsened the year I graduated from university. He passed away soon after. My mother was diagnosed with cancer when I was in elementary school, and she passed away much earlier. Dad? Mom? Did you get to meet Grandpa? I'm Sota Furuichi, born to kind parents. I'm 29 years old and work in the international division of Blossom Trading. I never imagined Grandpa's health would decline while I was away on a business trip. I'm in charge of expanding the overseas market, and I travel a lot. This time, I had been away for an extended period.
Man, that was tough. Dad was such a handful.
Yeah, really. Even when he was bedridden, he refused to go to a facility. It was a real pain.
The unpleasant voices of my uncle and aunt that cut through my heart. Since I entered university, my uncle and aunt had been living with my grandparents.
Being the eldest son is tough. There are these unavoidable obligations.
My uncle, my father's older brother, had always been cold to our family, even though he cared so much about his public image.
Well, that's enough. With the stubborn old man gone, the grandma can go to a facility now.
Finally, we can get rid of this burden.
What? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Yes, Grandma's legs and back had weakened, but she was still healthy. By the way, when my father said he would live with my grandparents, they denied it and insisted on living there instead. I glanced at Grandma, who was smiling gently, looking at the cherry blossoms.
Don't make such a scary face, Sota. I knew this would happen.
Grandma.
I wonder what I can take to the facility. I have so many memories with Grandpa.
Grandma shows no sign of blaming Uncle and Aunt. Watching her, Grandma, how about we live together?
Sota, you're really... It's okay. You don't have to cry. Thank you, Sota.
Even if my uncle and aunt oppose it, even if I have to change jobs, I'm okay with it. Now, I only have Grandma left. Both my parents and my grandfather have passed. My only remaining family is Grandma. The day I said goodbye to Grandpa, I decided to live with Grandma. The day of the funeral, I immediately took action. I contacted my boss, explained the situation, and was prepared to quit.
You don't need to quit. Your skills will surely be valuable in other departments.
Huh?
Yes. Recently, the head of sales department praised you and said they'd love to have you. So don't try to be brave with that worried voice. Don't worry. I'll handle it properly. Your father helped me a lot too. I hope I can repay a little of that.
Thank you, manager. The manager told me how she worked in various departments whenever there were changes in her life stage. I'm glad I joined this company. Thanks to the thoughtful actions of my stylish boss, I was able to transfer to the sales department as soon as possible. Uncle, Aunt, I'm going to live with Grandma. I continue to have discussions with my uncle and aunt every day while preparing for the transfer. At first, my uncle rejected me with a bitter expression, but I couldn't back down.
How are you going to take care of her when you're always on business trips abroad?
Right. In the end, if you're going to leave her alone, it's better for her to live in a facility where she can feel safe.
I've already submitted my transfer request, and it's been accepted. I'll be in the sales department next month.
What? The sales department? You?
Yes, that means no more overseas trips. I won't leave Grandma alone.
Sota in the sales department. Oh, I see. In that case...
My uncle thought for a moment, then smirked slightly.
All right, if that's the case, then I suppose it's fine. You can do as you like.
Thank you, Uncle. Afterward, my life with Grandma began. My uncle and aunt are now living in the house my grandparents once shared. Grandma, I'll help with housework when I get home from work. You don't have to do everything.
I'm fine. If I don't use my legs for housework, I won't be able to move at all.
I'm worried though. Grandma will be alone a lot during the day. I decided to live with Grandma, driven by my emotions. But the reality isn't as sweet as I hoped. I'll make sure Grandma knows how to contact me in case something happens, and then head to the office. But Grandma might hesitate to contact me. Maybe living in a facility would have been better for her. She could have lived in a safer, more comfortable environment. As I muttered these thoughts...
Huh? Sota? Is that you? What are you doing here?
Eh? Otoha? Is that you? I'm surprised. It's been a while. This is Otoha Hashimoto. She's been my childhood friend since kindergarten. We went to the same school through middle school and high school, and then went separate ways in college. She's a special woman to me, unlike anyone else. Unfortunately, I was running out of time for work, so I just exchanged a quick greeting and headed to work. This is delicious. As always, Grandma's boiled dishes are the best in the world. That night, while having dinner with my grandmother, I exclaimed this.
Sota has always loved boiled dishes. There's more if you want.
Grandma, you remembered that.
Of course I truly care about you, Sota. Your grandfather also used to mumble Sota, Sota every day.
The moment the mention of Grandpa made me tear up.
Grandpa?
Otoha started crying beside me. After that, I received a call during the day, and Otoha came over to my house. She had just learned of Grandpa's passing, and she came over to light incense. Her eyes filled with tears.
Grandpa must have been happy that Otoha is grieving so much. Thank you, Otoha.
Otoha, who had played with me a lot when we were young, often came to my grandparents' house, which wasn't far away. Come to think of it, Otoha has always stayed in this town, right? I thought she must have left her hometown by now. When I asked that, Otoha's always lively expression clouded. Something must have happened.
Actually, I quit my job and came back. I just couldn't continue anymore.
Turns out, Otoha had been working as a caregiver in another town, but she had to quit a few months ago due to some reason.
It's pathetic, huh? I never realized my heart was this weak.
I was desperately trying to find the right words to say.
Otaha's heart is kind. She doesn't look away from the sadness in front of her and keeps everything in her heart. She needs to release the sadness that's swelling up in her heart, little by little.
It's okay to go slow. Grandma smiled gently, and both of us felt a sharp pain in our throats. I really love Grandma. And Grandpa, yeah. The warmth I felt from Grandma's words, it felt so comforting. I wanted to stay close to it forever. I shouldn't ask about what happened with Otoha right now. Grandma wakes up early. She starts getting ready while it's still dark outside, and takes care of the plants Grandpa cherished. It smells nice.
Yes, Grandpa took such good care of them with his whole heart. It's called mokobara, you know. Since he became bedridden, I had to learn how to care for them for him.
Wow. I always thought Grandpa was like a knowledgeable scientist who knew everything. He was so cool, and it made me want to see the world and learn so many things. But I should have talked to Grandpa more. It's like when Mom and Dad passed away. I realize I regret the same thing every time.
It's not easy to live without regrets. Even I, who spent so much time with Grandpa, still have regrets.
I see. By the way, Grandma, do you feel sad when I talk about Grandpa? I didn't want to make Grandma sad. I didn't want to burden her with my selfish regrets. But...
That's not true. When I talk about Grandpa, my chest feels warm.
she said and gently placed her hand on her chest.
That's why I want to talk to you more, Sota. About Grandpa. I'll tell you anything I know. Even the silly stories about Grandpa.
Grandma smiled playfully, then lowered her gaze and continued softly.
Grandma?
At that time, I didn't realize that Otoha, who was crying with her hand on her chest, was listening to Grandma's words. After that, Otoha started coming over almost every day, because...
You're worried about Grandma during the day, right?
Yeah, her legs and hips are getting weaker, so I'm worried she might fall, especially with the stairs and everyday activities.
I see. Don't worry. If that's the case, leave it to me. After all, I have experience working at a home care service.
That night, Otoha was really enthusiastic. Spending time with Grandma and Otoha was really fulfilling.
Grandma, I finished the laundry. Oh, thank you, Otaha. You really helped me.
I finished taking care of the home garden on the balcony, Grandma. I hope the summer vegetables grow strong.
I'm sure you two will be able to take good care of them.
By the way, Otoha and I started dating with marriage in mind. We're now engaged. And the next day, as I rushed home from work...
Sota, what a coincidence. I didn't expect to run into you here.
Uncle? What are you doing here so late?
Oh, I was just talking to Grandma. She said she had something to discuss.
Discuss? Grandma never mentioned anything like that to me. Watching my confusion, my uncle smirked and then spoke in a nasty tone.
Grandma has decided to go into a facility after all.
What? Why so suddenly?
Things have changed, and Grandma has agreed to it. She said she doesn't want to be a burden to you anymore.
Wait, please. I don't think of it as a burden. In fact...
Even so, huh? Grandma is my mother. You don't have any right to intervene in this. I agreed to let her stay for a while, just because of your selfishness. I should at least be thanked for that, don't you think?
My uncle smirked, provoking me. Since my father was around, I had always disliked this kind of attitude from my uncle. Please, let me live with Grandma. I'll bow my head as many times as I need to, as long as I can be with Grandma.
I see. If you're saying that much, I'll set some conditions.
Conditions?
Yeah. You mentioned you were assigned to the sales department, right? I want you to bring a contract for our company's new product. If you do that, I'll promise to let you keep Grandma and not send her to the facility. How does that sound? Not a bad deal, right?
I see. So that's what this is about. Today, there was a mention of sales from my uncle's company during the meeting. My uncle's company is a small manufacturing company. They probably want to do business with my big trading company. So this was the real reason he easily accepted Grandma living with me. My uncle was only thinking about himself. I glared at him fiercely. Then...
So that's what it was.
Grandma, you heard all of this, didn't you?
Yes. Unfortunately, my hearing isn't great, but I could still hear your nasty comments from inside the house.
Damn, I always had to ask you to repeat yourself, but you were doing it on purpose.
Soda, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you trouble with your work.
Grandma, it's not like that. I just want to be with Grandma.
Enough already. Who do you think you are, meddling like this? You grandson? You are just pretending to be a good grandson, trying to get close to Grandma, and thinking you'll take all the inheritance, right?
What are you talking about? That's not true at all.
Shut up. Your father was the same. He was weak, whiny, always locked up studying like a recluse. That guy, who got a better job than me, tried to act like the perfect son in front of our parents, trying to look good. I've always hated both of you. I've hated you both for so long. You know this too. I'm the firstborn of the Fuderici family. Now that Dad's gone, I'm the head of the family. Unlike that unfilial emo who passed away before his parents did.
My father was always so grateful to his parents, always happily telling me how he would repay them. He was weak, but the thing he feared the most was leaving his parents behind. Shut up. If you insult Dad further, I won't forgive you.
Huh? What? Are you trying to stand up to me and make it so you can't live with Grandma anymore?
Shut up. Me and my dad, we're not like you. I'd give up my inheritance, money, and land anytime. If you want it so bad, take it all. Money and land? I can earn that myself if I try hard enough. I'll work hard and make money my own way. But you know what? Time with Grandma, once it's gone, I'll never get it back. I regret not remembering the last conversation I had with Grandpa. And I feel the weight of the fact that the time I had with my father, mother, and Grandpa will never come back. What I want, Uncle, is what the important people leave in your heart. Those irreplaceable, intangible things. I want to tell my dad in the afterlife the happy stories about the days I spent with Grandpa and Grandma. My uncle hesitates slightly at my intensity, but finally, my aunt opens her mouth.
How can you speak such pretty words without shame? You've been lining up nice-sounding words, but in reality, you probably want to make your grandma drop a will, right?
That's not what I intend at all.
How do you know? Are you planning to ask for lifetime gifts or something? I won't allow that. Honestly, why do you think I took on the care and looked after her? Kaneko-san? Huh? What is it, Mother? I was the one who cared for him until the end. I don't recall you ever doing anything for us. I noticed that you and your husband started living with us out of selfishness and concern for your image.
My aunt shows a clear, guilty reaction. She had always talked big but did nothing. Grandma took care of Grandpa when he was bedridden. They relied on her even for their meals.
I never knew. If I had known, I would never have let you live with us. What a lie. I did it because it was our dear son who said so.
Grandma speaks resolutely. Looking at her, Uncle freezes in place.
No matter the reason, this child is our dear son, and you his partner. So I accepted you both. I never once forgot the day my first child was born.
My uncle looks confused. Whether it's regret or something else, I don't know.
Don't worry. I have no intention of preparing difficult paperwork to pass everything to Sota. If I did that after I'm gone, I don't know what you two would do to him. But how I live while I'm alive, that's my decision. I won't let you two decide that. What? I'm happy that Sota feels that way. I'm lucky to have such a wonderful grandson.
Grandma.
As long as you don't tell me you can't care for me anymore, I want to live with you, Sota. There's so much more I want to talk about with you, especially about Grandpa. So don't make that face, Sota. Thank you so much.
Grandma's smile and words make my tense heart melt. I feel relieved. But suddenly...
How ridiculous. What a soft family this is. I can't stand the thought of this foolish grandson squandering the inheritance. Do you know why I married this guy?
She plans to put Grandma in a facility, take control of her savings, and stop the inheritance from diminishing.
Let me teach you, you naive grandson. Life's not that sweet. When the time comes for real care, you'll find it hard to live. You might even have to quit your job. All that hard work at the big company.
My aunt tried to stir up my worries and make me give up again. But...
That's not a problem.
Oh, Otoha. Had she come to see Grandma? Otoha stood there, eyes teary, holding a shopping bag.
Who are you? Outsiders should stay quiet. No, I'm his fiancée, and I'm going to marry Sota Furichi soon. I'm not an outsider besides. If care is needed, I, with my caregiver certification, will take full responsibility for caring for her. Sota's grandmother. She saved my heart, so I'll do this for her.
Yes, the reason Otoha quit her caregiving job and returned to her hometown. It was because the death of her grandmother, who lived far away, left her feeling devastated. My grandmother and Otoha's grandmother were old acquaintances, and my grandmother had noticed Otoha's feelings. Uncle, I'm not going to make any deals with your company. And I won't give up the time I spend with Grandma. As long as she allows it, I won't let go.
Huh, fine. Do as you please.
Uncle mutters quietly, and they leave the scene. It seems my uncle was confident the contract with our company was guaranteed. But that plan failed, and it escalated into a responsibility issue with the company due to false reporting. His relationship with my aunt also deteriorated. My aunt, who had been after the inheritance, no longer had any love for my uncle. The divorce proceedings turned into a messy battle. Based on testimonies from Otoha and others, it seems she might be able to claim the alimony. As a result, my uncle, who had rapidly deteriorated both mentally and physically, disappeared somewhere. My aunt, who had married for the inheritance, found remarriage difficult due to her age. And after paying the alimony, she somehow managed on part-time wages. Unfortunately, she tripped, hit her head, and passed away in the hospital.
It bloomed beautifully this year too, dear.
The next spring, I'm still living with my beloved grandmother. This year, the cherry blossoms danced, and the yellow moss rose bloomed proudly in the garden. Grandma closes her eyes on the porch, speaking softly to Grandpa in her heart. She looks peaceful and happy.
Honey, I'm not lonely at all. I have countless memories with you. As long as I have these memories, I'll be with you over there too. If my days with you are the inheritance in my heart, then that's enough for me.
Yes. Thank you for the precious inheritance, dear.
Grandma and Grandpa's final conversation, a special treasure between them that I didn't know about. Grandma, if you sleep here, you'll catch a cold.
She looks so happy. Maybe she's dreaming of something nice?
Yes. Hey, Otoha, let's live every day so that we leave something in each other's hearts. For me, the most valuable inheritance is the words, time, and memories I receive from the people I love. Looking at the yellow moss rose with its flower language of, for the one who deserves you, I remember my father, mother, and grandpa, and even our ancestors. I'll never forget my gratitude.
That one's out of range. Kaneko, that's way too rude.
Why a hostess club?
Actually, this is my older sister's club. Kaneko? He's not here. He's always wandering off somewhere. My name is Takuto Miyase. 25 years old, I work in sales for a logistics company. Just now, an internal call came in for one of my senior colleagues, and I was trying to transfer it, but I can't find him. I'm sorry, I'll tell him to call you back when he returns. Just as I finished the call and hung up, that very senior colleague came back. Oh, Kaneko? Sato from the accounting called you on the internal line earlier.
Sato? Oh, that C-rank face girl, huh? Seriously, she's nagging about receipts. She just come here directly.
Koji Kaneko is 5 years my senior and notorious for ranking women. It's a mystery how someone so tactless can be the top salesperson. He must put on a complete different persona with clients.
By the way, did you see the receptionist today? Her face is so-so, but she manages to get by on her vibe alone. So she's a B.
Kaneko, that kind of talk is really unpleasant to hear. Could you please stop?
You're a guy too, so you're judging women in your head, aren't you? Don't act like such a saint.
I don't. You're the only one who does that, Kaneko.
Well, I'm one of the most handsome guys in the company, you know? Guess that means we're in different leagues, huh? If an ugly guy did the same thing, you'd be pissed, right? It's only okay because it's me.
No one thinks it's okay. If you keep doing things like that, I'll come back to bite you someday. My colleagues, our superiors, and I have warned him many times like this, but he never listens.
Oh right, some urgent work just came up today that I have to deal with. I have to entertain clients later too, so sorry, but could you take care of this work for me?
It's unusual for you since you always finish your work earlier. But okay, if it's for client entertainment, I guess it can be helped.
You're a lifesaver. I'm the prince of the sales world, so I'm gonna make an appearance, you know?
Don't you mean eccentric species? Though I was cursing him inwardly, I decided to take it on since it wasn't an amount of work I couldn't finish within overtime.
Nice to meet you. My name is Megumi Kasahara. I may cause some trouble, but I look forward to working with you.
Just as the season was getting warm enough to make us sweat on our morning commutes, a mid-career hire, a woman joined our company. She greeted us in a voice so quiet it was barely audible, giving me the impression that she was a reserved person. Since we were the same age, I felt a sense of camaraderie with her, but then... I have a bad feeling about this. Just as I expected, Kaneko started talking to me while standing next to me during the morning assembly.
That one's out of range.
What? How can you say something like that in a place like this? Kaneko, that's way too rude.
Come on. She's beneath even being ranked. There's nothing to praise about her. I bet her personality is crap too.
That's enough. How can you say such a thing about a colleague?
What's your problem? It's the truth, isn't it?
How is it the truth? You don't know anything about Kazuhara. So how can you say that?
You can judge a person 100% by their looks.
I tried to warn him more strongly after that, but it didn't seem to get through to Kaneko. I hope Kazuhara didn't hear what he said earlier. Saying something like that right in front of her, just because she's a little ways off, I really question Kaneko's nerve.
Excuse me, I just...
Huh? She suddenly stood up from her seat, so I decided to go check on her while pretending to get copies. And then... Whoa, what is this? It's like a mushroom mountain. A mushroom forest of energy?
Oh, yes, don't mind me. I'm being called out of range on my first day just made mushrooms sprout instead of making me laugh. There are king trumpet mushrooms, maitake, and shimeji mushrooms too.
That might save on food expenses. Wait, no, that's not the point. I'm really sorry. That guy's rudeness is his default setting. It's best not to mind him.
No, it's fine. I know it myself. I'm just a musty woman anyway.
Nobody said anything like that, right? If you're free, would you like to grab dinner after work? Seeing her put herself down like that, I felt like I wanted to take her to a certain place. Look, you and I are the only 25-year-olds in this department. We're the only ones the same age. So think of it as a welcome party.
But if you go with me, the food will taste bad.
It won't. Okay, I'll see you later then. Is it okay if I pick the place?
Oh, okay.
And so, the place I brought her to was, believe it or not, a hostess club.
Why a hostess club?
Actually, this is my older sister's club.
Your sisters?
Good evening. Nice to meet you. I'm Takuto's older sister, Kana.
Good evening. Nice to meet you.
My sister Kana, who's 6 years older than me, was originally just a hostess. But she started to get interested in management. And about a year ago, she opened her own club. And I'm sometimes half forced to come here, and every time my sister and the hostesses tease me.
Oh my, she seems like a nice girl. Please take care of Takuto.
Huh?
No way! Takuto has a girlfriend? Ah! It's true! Today's a festival!
Whoa! It's a flood of beauty.
That's not it. I came here today because I have a favor to ask of you. Sis, and everyone. My sister and the hostesses made a huge fuss, thinking I brought my girlfriend. I somehow managed to explain today's events to my sister and the others while they were swarming Kazuhara.
What's with that guy? He's the worst. Who does he think he is?
But you know, there are people like that who love to rank others.
But it can't be helped. It's an undeniable fact that I'm plain.
Why would you say something like that?
That's obviously because I'm not cute, isn't it?
Anyone can look good if they dress up and wear makeup.
That's something for girls who are already cute to begin with, right? If someone like me tries, I'll just get laughed at. That's why it's only natural for me to be called out of range. Though, I was surprised to hear it on my very first day at work.
As Kazuhara let out a self-deprecating sigh, we were at a loss for words. But among us, there was one person who couldn't stay silent.
I see. Then why don't you just stay like that for the rest of your life?
Hey sis, your tone?
Is life fun with that cynical, it's useless no matter what I do, so I won't do anything attitude?
But it's a fact that I'm not cute.
No buts or howevers. Are you okay with that, Kasahara? Are you okay with just getting older while staying servile? Turning into a sullen, unlovable old woman that no one wants to be around?
I don't like my personality either. But even so, what am I supposed to do?
Leave that to us. Takuto, you brought Kasahara here for that reason, didn't you?
That's my sister for sure.
What should I do?
Leave it to us, the professionals of beauty. All you need is just a little bit of courage, Kasahara.
And so, what they called beauty lessons by my sister and the others began. It was a bit forceful, but it was also painful for me to see Kasahara continue to be ridiculed by Kaneko. From then on, Kasahara steadily showed the results of my sister's lessons.
Then the person in charge will contact you again later. Yes. Goodbye.
She stopped wearing glasses and changed her hairstyle. That's true. But I feel like something else, something more, is different. I heard Kasahara goes to the hostess club every day before it opens for business. But my sister hasn't told me the details of the lessons.
If you knew, you'd be looking for what changed, right? Try looking at her without any prior knowledge.
Because she told me that, I was genuinely impressed by Kasahara's growth. Kasahara, how are things going with my sister?
She gives me heartfelt advice every day. It's tough, but it feels like loving guidance. Lately, I've started to feel a bit more confident, like maybe I've been able to change little by little.
I see. But it's not just because you received advice. It's also thanks to your own strength, isn't it, Kasahara?
You think so? I'm not so sure about that. But there was one thing that made me really happy.
Something that made you happy?
Kana and the others taught me that appearance isn't just about fashion or makeup, but that posture and the way you speak can also make a big difference. So I tried to be conscious of it myself, you see? And when I did, my colleagues told me, your vibe seems brighter somehow.
Really? That's great!
It was just that, but it was the first time something like that had happened to me, so it was a big deal and made me really happy.
The change I had sensed in her was in the impression she gave, stemming from her posture, tone of voice, and way of speaking. Furthermore, the guidance from my sister and the others, combined with that small comment from her colleagues, created a synergetic effect, shaping her into the confident person she was now. Yeah, you've become really attractive, Kasahara.
Huh?
No, what I just said was...
Hey, you're on the clock. What is slacking off for?
With Kaneko's arrival, the slightly embarrassing atmosphere was broken, and I felt a strange mix of relief and disappointment. Sorry, Kaneko.
Well, it's not good to chat too much during work hours, but Kasahara suddenly became so polished, so maybe they just got carried away?
Huh? Polished? In what way?
In what way? Can't you see how different she is?
She still looks plain and gloomy to me, though. Maybe you should get your contact lens prescription checked.
What's with him? So unpleasant. Kasahara, don't worry about it. It's best to just ignore people like that.
Okay.
It's not like Kasahara is training to move up from Kaneko's out-of-range category, but his persistently condescending attitude made me and my colleagues frown.
Seriously, all of them going on about how she's polished and stuff? Her face is still that of a plain girl, huh?
After work that day, Kaneko was walking through the entertainment district when he spotted Kasahara ahead of him.
That out-of-range girl. What's he doing in a place like this?
Kasahara on her way to her lessons with my sister and the others went straight into the hostess club before it opened. Kaneko's eyes widened as if he'd seen something unbelievable. And then he took out his phone.
I saw it! This is pretty bad, isn't it? I just love this kind of gossip.
The next day, Kasahara, holding some documents, uncharacteristically approached Kaneko.
Excuse me, I think this item here might be incorrect.
Huh? Why are you telling me that?
Well, I heard you were the one who prepared it, so I thought I should let you know.
That's something you can just fix quickly yourself, can't you? Are you think you're lucky for finding my mistake or something?
I wasn't thinking anything like that. I'm sorry if I offended you.
Huh. You act all quiet, but you're a dangerous woman. Just as expected from someone working as a hostess. I even have a photo, look.
Saying that, Kaneko took out his phone and showed the picture from yesterday.
Entering a hostess club before it opens for business? What could that possibly mean?
Kaneko deliberately raised his voice so everyone around could hear, causing other employees to look over, wondering what was going on.
Our company prohibits side jobs, right? So, why are you working at a hostess club? Shall I guess? You're saving up for plastic surgery, aren't you? There's a limit to how much you can fix with just your vibe, so now you're trying to resort to plastic surgery. Honestly, this is why those out-of-range types with bad foundations and plain looks are so troublesome.
If this continues, other employees might misunderstand Kasahara. I immediately stood up to explain the truth. That's not true. This hostess club is my sister's place. Kasahara was coming here to get advice from my sister and the other staff on how to change herself. There's no truth to her having a side job. Kaneko, you always put people down based on speculation. And you don't even try to consider the effort they might be putting in behind the scenes. You'll probably never understand how a woman feels when someone calls her out of range.
Huh? How would a naturally handsome guy like me understand something like that? Besides, it's just a light joke. So it's their fault for taking it seriously. If you can't take a joke, you clearly have no composure.
Your remarks aren't considered jokes because they're not socially acceptable. Don't try to make it the listener's problem.
What did you say?
Also, Kaneko, you go to my sister's hostess club too, don't you? It seems you're expensing your hostess club bills as client entertainment.
Huh?
Well, my sister told me there was someone who ranked people. I checked if there were others like that, and it turned out to be Kaneko, and also a customer at my sister's club. That day, Kaneko pounded off work on me, saying it was for client entertainment. You were actually going to the hostess club, weren't you? I even remember the exact date. It was so rare for Kaneko to ask me for a favor.
Well, the client is a huge fan of hostess clubs, and I didn't want to, but I had no choice.
You were alone, didn't you? I can't ask my sister to check the club's security cameras, you know?
So you lied and expensed your personal hostess club bills? Isn't that a crime?
No, it's not. This is market research.
What kind of research would a logistics company salesperson do at a hostess club?
Like, what kind of alcohol is popular and stuff?
As if to drown out Kaneko's excuses, the sound of a ringing phone echoed through the department.
Kaneko, Sato from accounting is on the internal line for you.
What? At a time like this? Yes, this is Kaneko speaking. Yes, about the, receipts, you say? Yes. I'll be right there.
Behind Kaneko, who was frantically answering the phone, Kasahara was gripping a receiver. It seems that while I was confronting Kaneko, she had contacted the accounting department. Furthermore, Kaneko was then summoned by his superior and didn't return to his desk for the rest of the day. Today was a mess, huh? You must be tired.
A little. But hopefully this will teach Kaneko a lesson and he'll quiet down, right?
I wonder about that. It was a Friday, so we decided to pop into the hostess club for a bit before it opened, and we're heading there. Well, considering his fudging expenses, I think the chances of him staying at the company are pretty low.
Oh, is Takuto with you today?
There's something I wanted to talk about. Kaneko got caught in by the higher-ups today about the expenses.
Oh, really? I didn't expect it to be resolved so quickly. With this, Kasahara won't have to worry anymore, right?
Yes.
We gathered around the table and breathed a sigh of relief. Or so I'd like to say, but...
Sir, we're not open yet.
Shut up! They're here, aren't they? I know they are. Let me in.
Suddenly, angry shouts echoed from the club's entrance.
Owner, we have a problem. That ranking guy is rampaging, demanding to be let in.
Get out of my way!
Kaneko, who had forced his way into the club, began to unilaterally vent his resentment towards us.
Sir, please refrain from causing trouble for the club.
Huh. To think you and him were siblings? I was completely fooled.
No, that was just a coincidence.
It's all your fault. I was so humiliated today, and on top of that, I got caught in by the higher-ups. Damn it! For me, the arrival top salesperson, to be looked at like that by others is humiliating. You guys, with your mediocre looks and personalities, Miyase, you're out of range. Your sister, you're out of range too. And the plain girl is obviously out of range. All of you are subhuman. You're all lower ranked than me. Out of range trash to stay out of range and out of my sight.
I was dumbfounded, wondering what he was talking about since he came here himself. And it was at that moment.
Doesn't it feel empty, ranking people like that?
What? Who are you to talk? When you're not even in a position to judge others.
Kaneko, you're the one who should realize you're not in a position to judge people.
Honestly, I was surprised, even though her inner self had brightened. I never thought Kasahara would address the ranking issue so directly and head-on.
Actually, Kaneko, I'm grateful to you. I've spent my life worrying about what others think, living in a servile way. But because you called me out of range, I was able to meet Miyase, Kana, and all the hostesses. Thanks to that, I can now live positively. This is the most fun I've ever had in my life. Thank you.
Kasahara,
Kasahara, you've become so admirable.
Yeah.
standing tall without fear. As she thanked Kaneko, she looked incredibly radiant. It felt like a little embarrassing, but I could truly feel that her encounters with us had changed her.
What are you trying to wrap things up all by yourself for? What I want to say is...
Okay, stop. That's enough. Since we're at it, how about you experience it too? Being ranked.
Huh?
Your F rank.
Kaneko was momentarily stunned, but perhaps, understanding the meanings of my sister's words, his expression quickly twisted in anger.
Don't mess with me! No matter how you look at it, I'm S rank.
You S rank? Save your jokes for your face.
That's right. You're pretty disliked as an unpleasant customer at our club, you know. You just sip on canned drinks without ordering proper alcohol, and your way of teasing isn't funny at all.
And despite that, you pester us to go out with you after hours.
What a pain of a customer. So, you were the type who doesn't know how to have fun respectfully, Kaneko.
Shut up! How people have fun at Hostess Club is up to them!
Be quiet, boy. We hostesses would never normally rank even the worst customers. We always provide the best service, treating them as valued customers. But you see, that only applies to customers who observe basic morals and manners. A troublesome customer like you, you're not even worth ranking as a customer. Even F rank is too presumptuous for you.
You mere hostesses! How dare you treat a paying customer like this?
Looking like steam was about to come out of his ears, Kaneko picked up one of the club's furnishings and raised it.
A dump like this? A ruckus who can't even do business.
Excuse me, there's a man shouting in the hostess club, and he looks like he's about to get violent.
Hey, who are you calling?
Who else? The police, of course.
It was a lie, so hang up the phone right now.
Is that so? By the way, I was lying too. I wasn't actually calling anyone from the start.
You tricked me.
With an attitude like that, I might as well really report you. In the first place, you're trespassing, and I can press charges even if you don't get violent. Just as Kaneko fell silent, my sister clapped her hands sharply.
Throw this person out.
Bouncers in black suits came from the back of the club and firmly gripped Kaneko by both arms.
What the? Let me go!
You're banned. Don't ever come near our club again. Next time, I'll really call the police.
I'm not F rank. I'm S. I'm a person worth that much.
Kaneko, obsessed with ranks until the very end, was like a demon trapped by evaluations. Afterward, at the company, a detailed investigation by the accounting and sales departments revealed that Kaneko had been filling expenses for fictitious client entertainment. Of course, he was fired from the company and also sued for damages.
Honestly, I'm relieved he's gone. Even if I pretended not to care, he was seriously irritating.
All the employees who had been made uncomfortable by Kaneko's ranking were overjoyed.
I'm not some F rank. I'm S rank.
Also, for some reason, Kaneko apparently dived into the nightlife world. The possibility of jumping into the host industry in his 30s and succeeding isn't zero. However, that old guy, he calls himself S rank, but his human rank is rock bottom, right? That's why his sales don't grow. He couldn't respect customers and wouldn't probably listen to his younger superiors or seniors. As a result, his sales have apparently been the lowest ever since he joined. Looked down upon by his colleagues, Kaneko must have finally keenly felt his own arrogance.
I'm so glad you talked to me back then, Miyase.
As for us, our interactions continued even after the commotion, and now we often meet outside of the hostess club as well. Kazuhara no longer puts herself down and is shining even brighter.
I'm really grateful. So, with this newfound confidence, there's something I want to say. If it's okay with you, would you go out with me?
Yeah, of course.
What? Are you really sure? You're not just saying that because it's hard to refuse?
Seeing how hard you work, Kazuhara, I don't think there's anyone who wouldn't fall for your dedication. Actually, more than that, I was planning to ask you today.
No way. Oh man, I should have waited a little longer. I jumped the gun. It's so embarrassing.
Everyone has their own standards of beauty, but one shouldn't use that as a shield to criticize people to their faces. Because everyone who tries their best to change is equally beautiful.